The mysterious disappearance of whales and dolphins in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, a paradise island known for its breathtaking marine life. The waters surrounding this tropical haven are home to some of the most majestic creatures on Earth, whales and dolphins. But in recent times, something alarming is happening. These beautiful marine giants are disappearing. Why is this happening? Is it their natural migration, irresponsible tourism, or harmful fishing practices? Let's dive deep into the mystery. Whales and dolphins are known to migrate across vast distances. Sri Lanka lies along one of their key migratory routes. Seasonal changes in water temperature, prey availability, and ocean currents can all influence their movements. But if migration is the answer, why are local sightings decreasing at an alarming rate? Scientists believe that a combination of environmental shifts, climate change, and human activities may be influencing these migratory patterns in ways we have yet to fully understand. Rising ocean temperatures due to global warming can cause fish populations to decline in certain areas, forcing marine mammals to seek new feeding grounds elsewhere. This could explain the drastic drop in sightings over the past few years. Tourism is a major part of Sri Lanka's economy. Whale watching tours bring in thousands of visitors every year. However, the uncontrolled surge of boats chasing after these animals is causing distress. Loud engine noises, reckless maneuvering, and overcrowding are forcing these creatures to flee their usual habitats. Scientists have observed that increased tourism activity correlates with behavioral changes in marine mammals. Continuous disturbance from boats can alter their feeding and mating habits, pushing them to abandon their traditional habitats. Regulations exist to protect these animals, but enforcement remains weak, allowing tour operators to act irresponsibly. If this continues unchecked, Sri Lanka may lose its reputation as one of the best places in the world to witness these magnificent creatures. Fishing is another factor we cannot ignore. Sri Lanka's waters are teeming with marine biodiversity, making them a hotspot for the fishing industry. Unfortunately, destructive fishing techniques, such as illegal drift nets and bycatch, trap and kill hundreds of dolphins and whales every year. Added to this, pollution from fishing gear and plastic waste is making the ocean a hazardous place for marine life. Industrial fishing operations often prioritize profits over sustainability, leading to excessive overfishing that disrupts marine ecosystems. When their prey declines due to overfishing, whales and dolphins are forced to travel greater distances in search of food, increasing their risk of exhaustion, starvation, and entanglement in fishing gear. Additionally, the issue of ghost fishing, where abandoned fishing nets continue to trap and kill marine animals, remains a persistent threat in Sri Lanka's waters. Recognizing the severity of this crisis, the Sri Lankan government has taken steps to address the disappearance of whales and dolphins. 1. Stricter whale watching regulations. Guidelines have been introduced to control boat traffic, enforce distance limits, and promote responsible tourism. The government has proposed certification programs for tour operators who adhere to sustainable practices, ensuring that only eco-friendly tours are allowed. 2. Banning harmful fishing practices. The government has implemented stricter laws against illegal drift nets and has increased patrols to prevent harmful fishing methods. Recent crackdowns on illegal fishing vessels have led to a decline in bycatch-related deaths, although enforcement remains a challenge in remote areas. 3. Expanding marine protected areas. Several key marine regions have been designated as protected zones, ensuring safer habitats for whales and dolphins. Authorities are working with conservation groups to establish new protected corridors along migratory routes. 4. Raising awareness. Public campaigns and educational programs have been launched to inform local fishermen, tourists, and coastal communities about the importance of marine conservation. Initiatives include workshops on sustainable fishing, marine ecosystem protection, and responsible tourism. 5. International collaboration. Sri Lanka has partnered with global marine conservation organizations to enhance research and conservation efforts. These partnerships aim to improve monitoring systems, conduct population surveys, and develop long-term conservation strategies. While the government is taking action, more needs to be done. Here's how we can all contribute to saving our marine giants. Regulated tourism. Enforce stricter guidelines on whale watching, such as limiting the number of boats, maintaining a safe distance, and using quieter engines. 2. Sustainable fishing. Support and promote eco-friendly fishing techniques. Fishermen should be incentivized to adopt alternative methods, such as pole and line fishing, which drastically reduces bycatch. 3. Marine conservation. Strengthen marine protected areas and increase awareness campaigns. More funding is needed for research and protection programs to track whale and dolphin populations effectively. 4. Pollution control. Reduce ocean plastic waste and encourage sustainable practices within coastal communities. Governments and local organizations should invest in cleanup operations, and stricter waste disposal regulations should be implemented. The mystery of disappearing whales and dolphins is not just a local issue, it reflects a larger crisis in our oceans. Climate change, pollution, and unsustainable human activities are pushing marine life to the brink. But it's not too late. Countries across the globe are taking steps to protect marine species. We can learn from successful conservation programs in places like Australia, New Zealand, and Costa Rica, where strict marine protection laws and ecotourism regulations have helped revive struggling populations. The ocean is not just home to these creatures, delicate ecosystem that needs our protection. If we act now, we can preserve Sri Lanka's rich marine heritage for generations to come.